Hey, what's up everybody? So, alright, goddammit, here it is, the Witch Doctor build I was telling you about. Let's get right to the skills. So, right off the bat, Plague of Toads primary, Adeline Toads. Now, since this is Torment 6, I use Adeline Toads because they have a chance to confuse enemies. It confuses such a powerful CC. When you use it, it turns the enemies on themselves. So they stop attacking you and then they start helping you damage other guys. So this is huge, especially with one of my pieces of gear that I'll show you. So I got Adeline Toads with that. I got my secondary is Haunt with Poison Spirit. This is newly added as 2.1.2. And haunted enemies take 20% more damage from all sources. Great single target. And you could also cast this on a whole bunch of enemies too, and it'll spread. This is an excellent skill. For Decay, I have Piranhas with Zombie Piranhas. The reason why I have Zombie Piranhas instead of Piranado is because, of course, Piranado has a 15-second cooldown, and I don't have any reductions on this build. So I'm using this because it has a big area of effect. The Piranhas will actually jump out and attack, and then this also increases damage. So that's a 35% increase right there in damage if I hit him with both Haunt and Piranhas. Gargantuan, big stinker, of course. When he gets in the middle of big groups, he'll just poison them with 45% AoE. Just kind of a meat shield, but he does decent damage. Fetish Army, I do have the set bonus from Xanamusa's I forget the name. Anyway, I'm using Headhunters for poison, and this gives me 2 additional fetishes that shoot blow darts. It's just not that great. It's just essentially for the poison damage. And finally, Summon Zombie Dogs. I could have gone with poison with this, but I'd rather have, since it is Torment 6, getting health back from my zombie dogs. Since they don't do that much damage, 30% each, that's only 90% between all of them. So with poison it adds a little more, but I just went with that for survivability. Passive skills, of course, Fetish Sycophants. With Plague of Toads hitting so much, and this, I will pretty much always have 15 of these up at one time. So that is a massive DPS increase, along with just having a giant meat shield around all my enemies, and also with the confusion. Nothing will essentially attack me. They'll just be going after all of my army here. Pierce the Veil, all my damage is increased by 20%. Mana Cross are increased by 30%. But as you can see, my Haunt, real low mana. Piranhas, pretty low. And that's it. Those are the only 2 that cost anything. So that doesn't matter. And then on top of that, it increases the damage of everything. Even my little guys. So perfect. Bad Medicine, when you deal poison damage, enemy damage is reduced. That goes into the Torment 6 part. Since it all is poison damage. And then Jungle Fortitude reduces all damage taken by you and your pets. So this is, of course, for my pets also. Well, both of these. So they don't die, so I don't have to keep putting them back up, and they don't get wiped out. So pet survivability is a big deal in this build also. Let's get to my gear. For my head, I have the Mask of Joram. Not the best roll on the pet damage deal, but still 82% is a huge damage increase, especially when you have 25 pets running around. Or, well, what would it be? 7, 15, 22, 20, well, anyway, about 25 pets running around. I have Xanamusa's the 3-piece, but I have Ring of Royal Grandeur, gives me a 4-piece bonus. So now my Fetish Army lasts until they die. That is great. I never liked the long cooldowns with this. I just cast it once, call it a day. One of them dies, just cast it again. So I in my wizard videos, I did say that I did not want elemental damage, but these pants were so damn good, I had to go with them, and it gives me 19% more poison damage. That's only poison damage increase, as you can see right here, 19%. So it's all full poison, and that helps me out a little bit. Offhand is part of Xanamusa's. I do have the ring, but I changed it out for defense. You're wondering about the Plague of Toads. I have Renho Flare, and this the Plague of Toads now seeks out enemies and can explode twice. So on a group, it'll actually hit 6 enemies, and it'll seek out instead of randomly jumping around. So that tied with the confusion and with the army, it's just, this is a little OP. When I played this compared to my wizard, This is amazingly powerful. And also I have Tasker and Theo gloves, which increase the attack speed of my pets by 40%. Shitty roll, got the lowest, but still that's a huge. These two combined together make my pets crazy powerful. Shoulders, nothing special, just stats. Same with Squirt's necklace, just more stats, except I did try to go for life on hit with this. Because that is, you know, just the excellent survivability for recovery. Just say you get hit, just toss out some toads, you hit so many things that you gain your life back real fast. Boots, just Xanamooses. And then the Witching Hour, great belt. If I was using Locust Swarm, I would use a belt that uses for slowing for more CC, but that's fine. And then Slave Bonds, just for, you know, you got 5 primaries, movement speed, so that way I could put more points from my Paragon level into Intellect. And as you see, my gems aren't even up. I can get all my gems up and squeeze out some more DPS, but at this point, it's, you know, it just costs a lot of money for a decent boost. But eventually, I will have this all squared away a lot better. You know, better shoulders, better everything, and then you know, better rolls. This was a great roll though, for my roll rank grandeur as far as everything goes. Otherwise, that's about it for my stats here. I got a 30% increase, you know, just from rings, 10% of that, or 8% from Paragon. Critical hit chance, very high, 54%. And critical hit damage, 438. Oh, also I turned off the critical numbers just so you can see how much damage. That fills up the screen, so I turned that off on my current videos right now. 438, that could be higher. I do believe, yeah, I could get another 50 off if I had a better ring. But for right now, pretty damn good. Area damage, 50% of that's from Paragon. Poison damage increase, 19% off the pants. My defense or my toughness doesn't seem that high, but I do have Unity on both me and my Enchantress. Again, perfect for Torment 6. And she also has your follower cannot die. So that halves my damage, having Unity on me and my follower along with this legendary focus. So that is great for survivability. It's really hard for me to die, even though my stats aren't amazing, but once I get everything going, it's damage is real low. 719 maximum life, that's pretty high. Quite a big life bonus, 42%. Life per second could be higher. Per hit's pretty good. Per kill, I don't really, not a big fan of per kill, but with this build I kill shit so fast that actually does help, even on this level. Mana cost negative 30. All this doesn't really matter. So that's about it. Let's go out and kill some shit. So let me get my guys up. There we are. And back to the Weeping Hollow. And now, as you'll see, I'll just rapidly start building up my Sycophants just from this. This is the single, from as far as I know, the best way to get your Sycophants up is the Renho Flare and your Toads. Then you'll see that, oh, time for, right off the bat, you'll see that, you'll see a little swirly above enemies, and that means that they are confused, like right here. That means they're attacking the enemies, the other enemies themselves, and they're getting attacked from enemies, because since they're considered friendly to me, so that means the enemies will actually attack them too. So they'll be fighting back and forth. Ooh, bracers are off the bat. But as you can see, everything just rapidly dies. And then if I put down my damage increasing, piranhas along with haunt, then it gets even more insane. So there I got a huge army, and then I create even more of an army with all the confusion. And really, if you could get these pieces together, it's not that hard. This is actually the easiest Torment 6 build that I've made so far. I couldn't imagine anything being any, oh jeez, look at that. But see, you know, because all that damage reduction and that unity, not bad at all. So since everything's spread out, it's not too bad. This does suck for wizard if everything's spread out, But with so many pets and confusion, and man, my pets are taking hits. Oh well, pick up a couple orbs, we're good to go. But yeah, it's I do feel that the Witch Doctor is a little overpowered. I mean, you know, playing like say a Demon Hunter, you know, very gear specific, you know, skill based. With this, it's just essentially wipe everything out. You know, toss up a couple things, watch it die. I also do have a legendary gem, one of the other things I try to avoid, but I couldn't say no to a level 25 gem of efficacious toxin, and that gives me a 325 weapon damage per second for every enemy that I hit as poison. So that ties in with the rest of the poison skills. And also, since it's at level 25, when they get poisoned from that, they gain 10% increased damage, or I gain 10% increased damage against that enemy that's been poisoned. So that means that with piranhas, my haunt, and that's a 45% increased damage. Pretty easy to get to. So highly recommended to do this if you want to farm and get your gems up. Work on this build. Tasker and Theo was a bitch to get. I was able to actually get 2 different helms for the increased pet damage, so this one has a little bit better stats, so I went with this one. And if you do go watch my wizard videos, you know, I could do a lot better, but that one would have to be more focused on elemental damage. This one is just above and beyond that by far. I wade through this shit, and this was just recently that I got to this point. I just was able to put everything together, try it out, and I was blown away by the sheer amount of damage and how quickly I could kill everything on Torment 6. I mean, I am doing this, you know, this lower, but hell, let's just go somewhere else. Let's go to, sorry about that. Let's go to, shit, high heavens. It's random, and we'll try it out somewhere else. It's that crazy. So yeah, of course it is all poison damage. I could use Locust Swarm, but I do like the 20% increased damage and the massive damage that it does. 4,000 damage over 12 seconds, which is quite a bit more than Locust Swarm. And since I already got a swarm of guys going, it's not a problem at all. So yeah, with Confuse, as you can see, 3 of the 4 guys are confused, so they're attacking each other. They're not even worried about my guys, they're just worried about killing other shit. Confuse only lasts for about 3 seconds, but since my frogs are jumping around everywhere, then you know, Jesus, why the hell don't my guys attack that? I'm pretty barren around here. These guys typically would be pretty damn tough on Torment 6, but my guys attacking so fast and hitting so hard, I mean, I guess I should probably put up my crits to see what they're doing, but I know that the screen would definitely be filled with numbers. So anyway, they know this isn't a hack or anything like that. This is actual gameplay. But well, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'll definitely work on this build more and get it even better, and then maybe get some footage of doing something a little harder, because everything's pretty fucking easy right now with this. It's kind of game breaking to have so much confusion and just pets and damage reduction and damage increases that I couldn't think of another character class with really anything. Well, okay, there's some things out there that I've seen that are a little fucking insane, but as far as things go, this is definitely the cat's meow right here. So go ahead and make any comments, you know, and suggestions about it. This definitely is not a build it this way build. I'm just trying to explain how everything ties together, and go ahead and change it up however you like. This is kind of like the way I like to make it, and you know, after getting a few of these pieces, getting everything together, definitely an awesome build. So thanks a lot for watching, and make sure to check out my channel if you haven't. I got more than just Diablo up too, so this is just one of the games that I make videos on. So anyway, I'll see you next time.